Hello my viewers and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video where we take a look into a raw and deeply personal exploration of the mixed race experience. Now, in a world where identity is complex and often fraught with challenges, one mixed race woman poses a poignant question to her fellow biracial individuals. When did they realize that their palm color parents should have never had children of color? Now, the catalyst of this introspective journey came from a haunting childhood memory where the casual articism of her palm color parent pierced through the veil of familiar love. As she recounts the painful moment, her mother dismissed her cultural identity with a racial slur. Now, it becomes evident that her experience is not unique. Throughout this video, we'll hear from a diverse range of different people as they courageously share their own turning points and moments of realization. From subtle microaggressions to overt acts of articism, each story sheds light on the complexities of navigating a world that often fails to fully embrace or understand the nuances of biracial identity. But beyond the sharing of personal anecdotes, there is a deeper message resonating throughout: the profound impact of intergenerational trauma and the urgent need for healing. Now, as the conversation unfolds, it becomes clear that every mixed race child carries a weight of trauma stemming from their unique lived experiences. So check out these videos as they share their experiences. I will be right back, and when I do, I share my 2 cents on this.
A question to my fellow mixed race peeps out there. When did you realize that your white parent should have never had children of color? I'll go first. My mother has 3 children of color. I'm the youngest, and the like turning point, like a lot of stuff that's happened when I was younger, I didn't realize it was problematic until I got older, but this one hit me straight in the face. My sister, her kids, and my mom and I, we were on our way to go see my grandmother. My mom's radio station went to commercial. I changed it to the hip hop station of our town. She then proceeds to slam her hand on the radio to try to change it and said, and I quote, "I'm not listening to that nigger shit."
First off, I love my family. I'm so grateful for being adopted and having a second chance at life. There is no doubt about that. But I think there are some things that they really should have reconsidered saying and doing for their children. So my adopted parents already had 2 biological children, and then they adopted 3 black kids from Africa. My sister and I, and then a 3rd one from Liberia. You know how when people have babies to save a marriage? That's kind of how I felt when it came to us being adopted. It did not work. But like a lot of my past videos that people have seen, none of us know anything about our homeland, our culture, no connections to family, meh. But my biggest problem was the fact that my dad always seemed to use us as trophies. Whenever we got introduced to somebody, there was always this weird long moment where he was just telling the entire story of how he went to go get us. When high school came, all he did was boast about my black brother because he was in football. Never boasted about his biological children. When asked why he adopted kids, his answer was always, "I just wanted to add in some color."
When did I realize that my white parents should have never adopted black children? I realized it when my mom didn't understand why I wanted to join a historically black sorority. I learned it when I thought about all the times I was told that my parents don't see color. I learned it when my parents' biological son / my brother told me that I only got my scholarship to college because I'm black. And I learned it when I remembered growing up that when I would get in trouble, my parents would tell me to shut my cotton picking mouth. So yeah, if you're gonna have children of color, you need to educate yourself a lot better, because now I'm suffering from trauma and trying to heal. And it's not fair whatsoever for any black child to have to go through these things.
My mother always preferred my friends over me. I grew up in a white town with white people. One time we had a friend staying with me because he had nowhere to go. And we got in a fight because he figured he could pay bills and tell me what was mine and what to do in my own home. I disagreed. We fought. I ended up beating his ass into a corner. My mother called the police on me. Yes, her own daughter. And she let them come over and treat me like shit and scare the fuck out of me. And of course I was worked up and upset because not only did this asshole have control, but my mom sat there and backed him up. Him. Not her own daughter. I was always in the wrong. I was always second to everybody. I think she sees me as the thing that ruined her life. So And I had PTSD from her dying. Can you believe that shit?
Okay, so I'm adopted from Ethiopia. I grew up in a pretty big family. Seven of my siblings are also adopted from other countries. And we have 2 white moms. And so there was this one time I was in 11th grade and I was sitting on the couch. My mom comes in and she goes, please don't be offended by what I'm about to ask you, but like, I really want to know. And I'm like, okay, what is it that you want to know? Then she proceeds to ask me, why is it that you feel so strongly for the Black Lives Matter movement when technically you aren't a part of the group? And I was confused. So I was like, what do you mean by that? And she says, well, you don't have ancestors that were slaves and you're also adopted from another country and you have a white parent. And then she goes on to say, and if reparations weren't even going to be a thing, you wouldn't be getting any. So why do you fight so hard? And honestly, after that, I'm not even going to lie, like my heart hurt a little bit because I just couldn't understand why my mom, regardless of her race, would not get that.
So, as most of y'all know, my mama is black. My daddy is white and native. And when he got with my white stepmom, it's like when he really like started like his true colors really started like really coming out. And he got with her, I was 14. So I'm mainly, my preference I'm attracted to the most is dark skinned men. So I was, you know what I'm saying, dating this little dude or whatever, he was dark skinned. And I asked my dad, like, can he come over? And my daddy like, yeah, he can come over. Then he gonna pull me to the side and ask me like, why you always be dating these tall, skinny, dark Negroes? Sir, you hit a kid with a Negro. Stop motherfucking playing with me. I said, because that's what I like and that's who like me. I said, ain't you sleep with a Negro? And he shut the fuck up.
Now, it becomes increasingly apparent that the experiences recounted are not merely isolated incidents, but represent a broader pattern of systemic racism and cultural alienation. From casual microaggressions to outright acts of bigotry, each interaction carries a weight that cuts deep into the psyche of these individuals, leaving lasting scars that often go unnoticed or unacknowledged. One cannot underestimate the profound impact of growing up in an environment where one's racial identity is questioned, dismissed, or outright denied by those closest to them. The story of the mixed-race woman whose mother dismissed hip-hop music as Black people is just one example of the countless instances where mixed-race children are made to feel ashamed or unwelcome in their own homes. But the trauma extends far beyond these individual moments of racial insensitivity. It permeates every aspect of a mixed-race child's upbringing, from navigating identity, confusion to grappling with societal expectations and stereotypes. The constant pressure to choose a side and the feeling of never fully belonging to either racial group can take a devastating toll on one's mental and emotional well-being. It's for this reason that the call for therapy or counseling for mixed-race children is not just a suggestion, but a necessity. The need for a safe space to process and unpack the complexities of their identity, to heal from the wounds inflicted by a society that fails to fully embrace their existence, cannot be overstated. Therapy provides a vital lifeline for these individuals, offering them tools and support they need to navigate the unique challenges they face and to reclaim agency over their own narrative. Now, I feel it's crucial to understand the long-term implications and the importance of addressing these issues early on. The psychological toll of growing up in an environment where one's racial identity is invalidated or undermined can manifest in a myriad of ways, affecting mental health, self-esteem, and interpersonal relationships. Research has shown that individuals who experience racial discrimination or identity-related stress are at increased risk for anxiety, depression, and other mental health disorders. For mixed-race children, who often navigate complex racial dynamics both within their families and in broader society, the risk of experiencing such stresses is particularly high. Moreover, the impact of racial trauma can extend into adulthood, influencing career choices, relationship dynamics, and overall well-being. Unresolved trauma may manifest as feelings of inadequacy, identity, confusion, or difficulty forming health attachments. Without proper support and intervention, these issues can persist and exacerbate over time. Therapy provides a crucial avenue for healing and resilience, building for mixed-race individuals by creating a safe space to explore and process their experiences. therapists can help clients develop coping strategies, challenge negative beliefs, and cultivate a stronger sense of self-acceptance and empowerment. Therapy can facilitate intergenerational healing by addressing family dynamics and patterns of communication that contribute to racial trauma. It's also important to recognize the intersectionality of their experiences and the compounding effects of other forms of oppression they may face. For example, mixed race individuals may also contend with gender-based discrimination, socioeconomic disparities, further exacerbating feelings of marginalization and alienation. Now, these intersecting identities intersect in complex ways, shaping the unique challenges and resilience of mixed race individuals. Moreover, the need for therapy extends beyond individual healing to broader societal transformation. Therapy can serve as a catalyst for social change by fostering critical consciousness, empathy, and allyship among individuals and communities. By engaging in meaningful dialogue and confronting uncomfortable truths, we can work towards dismantling systemic racism and creating a more just and equitable world for all. It's also essential to recognize the role of cultural competence and inclusivity in mental health care. Therapists must be equipped with the knowledge and skills to address the specific needs and experiences of mixed-race clients sensitively. Culturally responsive therapy acknowledges the intersectionality of identities and incorporates cultural factors into treatment approaches, enhancing the effectiveness of therapy and promoting positive outcomes. We have finally come to the end of the video. What do my viewers have to say about this? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.